Hey, good topic. One that I think we as adults need to talk about more, especially when it doesn't just involve kids. Bullying. It's not just for kids, there are adults who are bullied as well. Let's talk about it. Bullies. Been around forever and a day. Goes back to Cain and Abel, if not further back. It's just part of life, is what we've been told. As kids, we were told, oh, they'll stop. They'll find somebody else to pick on. They may not. Oh, just get used to it. You'll be fine. Just suck it up. Walk it off. Quit crying about it. Not going to make it any better. Those are all real useful, aren't they? Not so much. Let's talk about adults being bullied first, and then we'll talk about the kids. People are just special, aren't they? Most bullies are coming from a place of pain. And I'm not making excuses for them. Oh, hell no. No. But I'm just saying, for some, it's a learned behavior. They are bullies because their parents are bullies, because their grandparents were bullies, and their brothers and sisters are bullies. It's how they survive in their atmosphere. It's toxic, it's abusive, and it's the only thing they know. Doesn't make it right, doesn't make it wrong. I'm just telling you, a lot of times, this is how it is. Some are what I call reactive abusers. They're attention seeking. They want attention from their peers. Most bullies don't pick on somebody, for the most part, unless there's other people around to watch them, so that they can feel really big and powerful and in control. So they're trying to get a reaction. So they are abusive, trying to get a reaction. They like your reaction, which is usually fear and terror and panic and tears, cowering, probably not fighting back if they're bigger than us. Make sense? Thought so. If they do it, in the gym, they have other people around them watching them. Even if they're not saying anything, people are watching. They're getting the reaction. They're getting the attention. It's all about attention seeking. And for them, any attention is positive attention. If they go to jail, hey, I'm so big and bad, I got locked up. Great. That's really something to be proud of, isn't it? But for them, it is. If possible, try to find out what their problem is. What's their problem with you? It could be something just absolutely ridiculous. They might resent that, you were hired for the position, that you got a raise that they thought they deserved. You got a promotion they thought you deserved. You look like somebody their ex cheated with, and it's just, I didn't even live in this state at the time. Don't look at me. But this is just how people think. So try to find out somehow, very delicately, what the problem is. Do not walk up to them and say, hey, so what's your problem? You got a problem with me? Because, oh yeah, that's just going to go over real big, isn't it? As you have a broken nose. No. Do not get into a confrontation at work, because in all likelihood, you will be written up. You will be reprimanded. I don't want you to lose your job because of this person. That's what they're hoping will happen, is that they can provoke you. You're going to react. They will look like a victim because you went off on them. They're going to eat that up. So you have to be cool, calm, and collected. Don't give them what they want. Don't react. If they're in your face, in your space, if possible, just walk away. Turn and walk away. If they're yelling obscenities and saying horrible things, honey, that's their opinion. They have every right to be wrong. Let it go. If they lay their hands on you, that's another story. I would, if it's at work, report it. Find out if it's on tape, if it's on a camera someplace. Report it to your management. Report it to HR. If it's on the street in a parking garage and they lay their hands on you, depending on the situation, circumstances, and if you're injured, you may have to take it to the police. Nobody should be accosted. If they're in your space, that is battery. If they lay their hands on you, that is assault. Both are illegal. They probably, don't want to deal with the police. They might, God only knows. But try and find out what the button is. What's their problem? I know some that are absolutely miserable, unhappy people. They came from a toxic home. They married into a toxic home. You think they're bad at work? Oh, they're worse at home. They go home, they scream, they yell. They're just horrible to be around 24/7. And they want everybody around them to be miserable too. Well, honey, happiness is a choice. And I choose not to be unhappy like you. And that will it'll piss them off quick. But I don't want to be unhappy and miserable. I have worked with people like that. They love being miserable, coming in growling and grumbling and throwing stuff and run. Okay, good. Because I'm bringing in donuts. I may call in frozen yogurt for the entire office. I have been known to do things like that. I bring in imported coffee. All kinds of fun things. And they will storm into my office. Why do you have to be so damn nice? Why not? And then they say some very lovely words and leave. Well, they left. Now, they will be in there getting one of the donuts and eating the imported coffee. Absolutely, positively. But they'll cuss me for it. Whatever. But attitudes in that office will change. Because positive attracts positive. Negative attracts negative. One bad, nasty tempered person can ruin an entire office. Because everybody gets snarky and bitchy and resentful and vengeful and just, no. Not on my watch, at least. So, days that I would go into the office many years ago, and people were growling and grumbling, usually on a Monday for some reason. People were not pleased. I would walk over, get 3 or 4 dozen donuts, it was a large office, and bring them back, make some really good coffee, send out a mass email, donuts in the break room, this particular kind of coffee that everybody loved, 2 fresh pots, and you would see a herd storming for the break room. Moods would change. That's okay. Being nice will help. A bully can't handle somebody being nice to them. They don't know how to act. That's outside their comfort zone. Their attitude might be, I'm going to hurt you before you hurt me. I have no plans to hurt you. But thank you for sharing that. So just keep that in mind. If we're talking about a kiddo, I'm sorry. I was a typical mama bear when it came to my son. Nobody messed with my kid. I'm sorry. And they really didn't. Jeff was a great kid growing up. And now he has a daughter and, everything's great. But don't mess with my kid, The worst thing a parent can do, your kid comes home and they've been bullied. The worst thing, honey, that you can do is say, oh my God, who did this to you? And you get on the phone to that parent. What are you going to do about this? And they're going to say, I don't know. What are you going to do about it? Now, we're going to talk about how to handle it logically and calmly. I'm going to repeat that. Calmly, calmly, calmly. Okay? We're not going to overreact. Your child comes in. They're tearful. They're upset. It's been a bad day. Something happened. Sit them down, get them something to drink, something to snack on, wipe their tears, and say, okay, and get a piece of paper and a pen. Ask questions and let them answer in their own words. Do not read into what they're saying. Say, okay, tell me what happened. They'll tell you what happened. Somebody pushed them, called them, a doo-doo head or whatever. I don't know what kids do nowadays. Find out, write it down. I want you to validate how your child is feeling. Do not say, oh, you're fine. Oh, that's nothing. No, obviously to your child, this is something. So let's be supportive. Say, I am so sorry that happened to you, and I'm so sorry your feelings are hurt. Validate your child's feelings. Ask, Did they hurt you physically? Did you need to go to the nurse? Did they hurt your arm or, whatever? And you will know because they will tell you. Okay. Were there any witnesses? Did anybody see this happen? Did anybody hear what they said to you? Ask if there was a grown-up. It could have been on the playground. Were there other kids? And write down the answers. Don't assume things. Write down the answers. Ask, why do you think this happened? Well, I accidentally said, or I accidentally. Okay. Kids have misunderstandings. Adults have misunderstandings. That's fine. We can broker a truce. That's not hard to do. But don't go off just thinking you have all the answers right there. Get all the information. Is this child bullying somebody else? Are you the only person they're doing this to? Is there anybody else? Has this happened in the past? What do you know about this person? Find out what you can. Then contact the school. I would not just pick up the phone and blast off on somebody. I would go to the school and sit down calmly and talk to the principal, the vice principal, whatever your school offers, the counselor, whomever, and say, I think we have an issue. This is what my child has said is going on, and here are the details. And, show them your list. Type it up. Give them a copy of your list. If this is happening to other students, get in touch with the parents of the other kids that are going through this. You're not trying to gang up on a child. It's just maybe administration doesn't realize it's happening as vast as it is. They may just see it happening to one person when it's happening to 5 or 6. Let's get the facts. If they want to talk to the other parent with you and with other parents, that's fine. No name calling. That parent will be defensive when they walk in that room. I would be. If somebody's accusing your child of something, you're going to be defensive. Be kind. Be nice. You don't know the facts. Don't assume. I know. I keep saying that, but it's true. You don't assume things you don't know. The other parent comes in, and, they may have a real attitude about them for any number of reasons. They may be a bully. They may have had to take off time from work. They may be risking their job having to leave work early. You don't know. So just be nice. If you find out that, the kid, has a problem, the parent has a problem, see if you can broker a truce. See if the school will offer counseling, because they have school counselors, that the kids can sit down and work it out amongst themselves with a mediator. Sometimes it's really simple. It's just a matter of two kids sincerely apologizing. Well, I didn't mean to say, this and this and this, or you misunderstood what I said, or one child apologizing and the other one saying, it's okay, I'm sorry too. And that can be the end of it. Parents, the grown-ups, tend to blow things out of proportion a lot more than the kids. So if we can broker a truce between the kids, let bygones be bygones, God bless. Let's do it. Do not, let's say you broker the truce. Yay! And then it's time for a birthday party or the school picnic or whatever. Don't say, well, we're not inviting them. No, you're going to invite them. Unless that kid is a real problem. I think that kid probably needs some positive attention and some role models that don't scream and yell and aren't bullies. Let them see what a normal family's like. One that doesn't scream and yell and threaten and hit. Maybe they're coming from a home with alcoholism, drugs, people in and out of jail, foster care. Maybe their parents work so many hours they're home by themselves most of the time. You don't know. So instead of contributing to the problem, why not be part of the solution? Maybe your child can actually befriend the bully. I know that sounds wild, but it can happen and it can work if you find out what the problem is. Maybe the problem is that the bully resents your child having a happy home. Maybe their parents are divorced. Like I said, maybe there's fighting and yelling and screaming. They don't even get to sleep at night because of the fighting and yelling. People are fighting so much they don't even get dinner. They just go to their room, turn on the TV, or grab a book and hope it ends soon, and they fall asleep. They come to school hungry and, in a bad mood. It's kind of understandable when you're little. And then here's this little ray of sunshine over here, always dressed nice. They had breakfast. They have nice clothes. They have a mom that brings them to school, or they ride a bus, or they get resentful. Okay. Let's try to be part of the solution instead of part of the problem. Okay? I know it sounds nutty, but just trust me on this. I'm old. I know things. Seriously. Bullies will always be around. We're always going to be dealing with them. We just need to find out why they're behaving the way they are. Have you inadvertently said or done something that offended them? You might have, and you don't even realize it. Find out. Say to them, if I said or did something that offended you, I am so sorry. It was totally my mistake. I didn't even realize I said it, or I didn't realize it was your birthday, or whatever it is. Be kind. Be compassionate. I'm not telling you to be a doormat at all. Absolutely not. But just don't overreact, because that's what they want. A bully wants a fight. They're just looking for a fight. Don't give them one. Don't. I worked in an office once, and there was a bully. There was two, and I was warned. You're new here. Be ready. They're going to make your life hell. They tried. They also found out I brought really good donuts, so that ended quickly. But the other one hated me the entire time, and that's fine. I did nothing wrong. I was always kind and pleasant, and that just made it worse for them because they were the angry person. They had an angry life. They wanted an angry life. That's their choice. I choose to be happy. If you're dealing with a bully, if your child is dealing with a bully and you want to talk to me about this, hey, I'm here. I'm here. I will move heaven and earth for you and your kiddo. Absolutely, positively. But let's always try to broker a truce before you go off half-cocked. Okay? Thanks.